Hello. Oh, hold on. Cut this thing off mute. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Master of the Mat. I'm your host, Anthony the Origin Bryant. Allow me just a few minutes so I can send this link out and we can get this underway. I'm running a little bit. I'm on a little bit late today because honestly, I fell asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a long week and I fell asleep. So got a little rest in for my show. This is the Master of the Mat. This episode will be first, we're going to review Hell in a Cell, Monday Night Raw, and NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown. We're also going to talk about the Nature Boy Ric Flair in this show. So give me 1 second, one more. Let me send this link out to somebody else. I mean, not send out to somebody else. Let me share it on Facebook. I'm sorry. The more you look for something, the more it just doesn't. I don't know if there we go. Ah, here we go. Here we go. All right, so let me send this link out. All right. Oh, hold on. All right. Like I said, this is the Master of the Mat. I am Anthony the Origin Bryant, and I thank you all for tuning in and watch my show. Like I said, this show will be a review show of Hell in a Cell last Sunday on pay-per-view and Monday Night Raw's show and Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Friday Night SmackDown, and Impact Wrestling. So let's kick things off from. Let's kick things off with the review of last Sunday's Hell in a Cell. It was a decent show, not that many matches, a couple championships on the line. It was it was one to be said about that. It was Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre really stole the show, and at this one, it was awesome. So we kicked things off at Hell in a Cell with Natalia Neidhart with Tamina in her corner defeated Mandy Rose with Dana Brooks in her corner. Natty won with a sharpshooter, made made Mandy Rose tap out to the top sharpshooter. That to be an opening to be a pre-show match, that was a decent pre-show match, to tell you the truth. So it was it was it was decent to see Natalia get a push for once. So the show started off with a Hell in a Cell match with Bianca Belair versus Bayley, and this match was a knockdown drag out between two females. If you haven't seen Bianca Belair and Bayley wrestle, I advise you to watch WrestleMania Backlash, and I also advise you to watch Hell in a Cell, because at Hell in a Cell you saw Bianca Belair go one-on-one with Bailey, and it was a knockdown drag out affair. And Bianca Belair turned out with the victory. She won the match. She pinned Bailey. Bianca pinned Bailey for the second time on pay per view, and it was a decent show. It was a decent show. It was worth watching. It was actually, I give this match be the opening match of the card. I give it a 8 out of 8. Cause these ladies performed inside Hell in a Cell. This match goes right up there with Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair's Hell in a Cell from 2014. So yeah, this was a heck of a matchup. Next match, you saw Seth Rollins against Cesaro in a heck of a matchup, and this was a regular match, no cell involved. And you saw Rollins, you saw Cesaro at their very best, and Cesaro came up a little bit short in this matchup, losing to Seth Rollins. And you talk about a match to be watched. This was another match that you couldn't sleep on. Seth Rollins is Mr. Intensity. He's Mr. Suits and stuff like that. His wacky suits he's been wearing. And Cesaro, the Swiss Superman, they put a show on this matchup. I give this match a 10 out of 10 because they went out there and they brung it. They brung it. Okay. The next match on the card was Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler with Nia Jax and Reginald in her corner. This dark side of Alexa, I like it. Shayna Baszler, I like her the way she playing the role to awesomeness. She's playing that role to where she's kind of scared, but she's not. But they went out there and they put on a heck of a show. Alexa won when she pinned Shayna 1, 2, 3 in the ring. I've given this match a 5 out of 6. It was off-putting, but Alexa missed one move, and Shayna was perfect the matchup. Alexa missed one move, but it was a good match. It was a real good match. Also, the following matchup was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Now, if anybody knows anything about KO and Sami Zayn, these two have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're on, they're off. They're on, they're off. 1 minute they're friends, next minute they're enemies. But this time they went out there and they stole in the words of JBL, somebody called a sheriff because they stole the freaking show. They did it in DC at Battleground. They did it last Sunday at Hell in a Cell. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens stole the freaking show yet again. And when I mean stole the freaking show, these two went out there. This was the best I've seen Sami Zayn in a long time. Kevin Owens, even though he was injured, he couldn't tell it. KO went out there and gave it 100%. A round of applause. This match gets a 10 out of 10. What a match it was. Then you had Charlotte Flair one-on-one with Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. This matchup was awesome. We saw the Rhea Ripley when she fought Toni Storm for the NXT UK Women's Championship. These two ladies beat the crap out of each other. Do you hear me? They beat the living crap out of each other. They didn't care who liked it. They went out there. They did it. They went out there. They fought. They knocked down, drag out affair, and they didn't care. Charlotte came up with Charlotte won by disqualification, but Rhea's still women's champion. This match is a 10 out of 10. You hear me? 10 out of 10. And the main event, Bobby Lashley, or as he likes to call himself, the almighty Bobby Lashley, versus Drew McIntyre in a last chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley, first time inside Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. These two guys beat the living crap out of each other. And I think they liked it. I honestly believe they liked it. It was a knockdown. It was a knockdown drag out affair where you saw both men go in there and give it their all. You saw both men do what they had to do, and both men completely left everything in the ring, left everything on the mat, and you gotta respect that because it. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect the way it was, the way how it was, and it was one of those matches where it's like, okay, a knockdown, drag out affair. I give this matchup a 9 out of 9. I just don't like the fact that MVP was out there. So Monday Night Raw's answer to Hell in a Cell was they had a. I'm sorry. Every time I try to do something, somebody always want to text me. Monday Night Raw's answer to Hell in a Cell was let's have a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. Well, let's just see who all qualified. Why don't we? I missed half of Money in the Bank because I was in class, but I'm letting you know right now. The following superstars have qualified for Money in the Bank. From Friday Night SmackDown, Big E when he defeated Apollo Crews. From Monday Night Raw, Matt Riddle when he defeated Drew McIntyre. Ricochet when he defeated AJ Styles. John Morrison when he defeated Randy Orton. The following female have qualified for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match are Asuka for Monday Night Raw, Naomi for Monday Night Raw, Alexa Bliss for Monday Night Raw, and Nikki Cross from Monday Night Raw. From Friday Night SmackDown, Carmella has qualified. We have the main event for Money in the Bank has officially been made. It is going to see the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, one-on-one with the rated R superstar Edge for the WWE Universal Championship. I cannot wait for that matchup. I love what they're doing with. I love the fact how Edge came out the blue, how Edge came back, going to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. This is going to be great. The SmackDown review as follows. Well, let's go before we go to SmackDown. Let's go to NXT's review. NXT started off with Adam Cole versus Carmelo Hayes. It was an awesome matchup. Adam Cole almost lost that matchup, okay? Adam Cole was this close to losing that matchup. This close, you hear me? Adam Cole defeated him with the last shot to the back of the head. It was a good matchup. Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan confronts Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. They going back and forth, back and forth. It turned out to be they made a tag team matchup. It happened. Io Shirai and Zoe Starks defeated the Robert Stone brand, and with Io Shirai was in the same moonsault. She hit that moonsault 1, 2, 3. It was over with. Next week it'll be a triple threat match for the number one contender for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship at Great American Bash. I get more to that later on. The way Johnny and Austin versus Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. Johnny won with his patented side super kick on Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is a bruiserweight for a reason. Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, I cannot wait to see that match. I cannot wait to see how it's going to turn out. Johnny Gargano, as of right now, is the number one contender for the NXT Championship, which means you could see Johnny Gargano go one-on-one with Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship. Now, here is the rumor. The rumor mill has been buzzing all week long that Samoa Joe has not been cleared to compete just yet. Okay? The rumor mill has speculated once Joe is cleared to compete, he will drop being the NXT enforcer and will go back being a in-ring performer. Now, if that happens, the match with Johnny and Karrion will not happen at Great American Bash. It will be Karrion Kross versus Samoa Joe. And in my opinion, Samoa Joe will be a 3-time NXT champion. Karrion Kross cannot stand up to Samoa Joe. I guarantee that. We also saw Frankie Monet versus Alexa Lopez. Okay. For those you don't know who Frankie Monaz is, she wrestled in TNA as Tyra Valkyrie. Now she's in NXT as Frankie Monet. She's undefeated. She used a Grand Slam and she's undefeated right now. I think she can go straight to the NXT Women's Championship. She's that good. If they drop this stupid gimmick they're giving her, she's that good. Hit Row defeated Ever Rising. That's not a match to talk about. Kyle O'Reilly defeated the NXT Cruiserweight Championship in a non-title matchup. I'm gonna stay on this right now. Yesterday, the WWE broke the news. They released with the exception of Bryant Kendricks, the entire Cruiserweight division was released yesterday. I don't know how that Cruiserweight title is going to stay in existence without Cruiserweight superstars, but we're going to find out. But the current NXT Cruiserweight champion is Kushida. He has no competition right now. And at the end of the match, you saw all-out brawl with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. I cannot wait to see them boys go at it one more time. But I do know this, that yesterday, the WWE released half of the Cruiserweight divisions. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to try to find it for you because I got the text messages. Hold on. Give me one moment while I look for that. I know I got. Here you go. Yesterday, the WWE released the following: Ario Daivari, Tony Nese, Ever Rising, Fandango, Austin Gray, Tyler Breeze, the Bollywood Boys, Kurt Stalin, the Battleground Superstar, whatever his name, I can't pronounce his name, Mahiro Shara, and Killian Dane, a former NXT WWE superstars. Killian Dane is also a former NXT Tag Team Champion with Sanity. They've all been released. WWE just released its entire Cruiserweight division. Why? I do not know. I cannot answer that for you. As of right now, they have not spoken on what they're going to do with the Cruiserweights. Are they going to bring more people in? Are they going to make more Cruiserweights? I have no idea. I do know they did sign a couple of new stars to the 205 Live. That show needs another title. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am sick of seeing them guys wrestle for nothing on that show. I'm really am. I'm sick of seeing them guys go out there every week, bust their butt on 205 Live for not one championship. The NXT Cruiserweight Championship was designed for 205 Live, but the moron who at the 205 Live lost some of his top stars like Cedric Alexander, like Buddy Murphy, they dropped that, and then Mustafa Ali, another guy from 205 Live, also Akira Tozawa. They lost 4 of the top guys on the Cruiserweight division, and that division just started going downhill. But at the same token, what they did yesterday absolutely made no sense. You released half of your Cruiserweight division for what? For what? WCW, and this is a true statement. If anybody watching who's a WCW fan, comment in the box right now. WCW built half of their company around their Cruiserweight division. Guys like Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Billy Kidman, who was also a cruiserweight champion? Chavo Guerrero. You had guys who were bust their butt for that cruiserweight championship. And they went out there. I can remember a time where Kidman and Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero stole the show at the Starrcade. Kidman worked back-to-back matches. It's just stupid how WWE is releasing all these top stars for what? You guys are in the red right now. You guys are about to go back on the road next week, and yet you released the Cruiserweight division, which is absolutely stupid to me. So that means Kushida's title mean nothing because you got nobody to defend it against. It means nothing. You just released half of the cruiserweights. Half of the cruiserweights. Or not just half of the cruiserweight, the whole cruiserweight division for what? Because I don't understand what you're doing. What are you proving? Are you cleaning the house? Are you call yourself cleaning the house or making stupid decisions? Or what you're doing, you're not making it fun to watch anymore. You release a guy by the name of Braun Strowman. You release Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy. I can watch Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black all the time. Okay, Aleister Black and Cesaro stole the show at Extreme Rules a couple years ago. Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy stole the show at TLC a couple years ago. But you released them for what? Now you got this thing where I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. I don't know what WWE is doing. There is the 205 Live is done. There is no 205 Live. There really isn't. There is no 205 Live. The Cruiserweight division is completely done. And for some reason, WWE thinks it's fine to do that. From what I'm looking at right now, I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm saying 5 cruiserweights on that cruiserweight division. Just 5. 5 cruiserweights. And you just released half of the cruiserweight division. And you wonder why Monday Night Raw sucks. You wonder why NXT and Friday Night SmackDown are your best viewed shows. You wonder why fans are going to AEW, which have a show tonight, instead of watching WWE. You wonder why your viewer ratings are slowly dwindling on Tuesdays, on Friday. You wonder why. Because fans are fed up. Fans are fed up with the bull crap we get from WWE. See, I was going to talk about Ric Flair, but I'm going to do that next week. Let's just stay right here on this subject right now. You wonder why the WWE is not where it used to be, because you making stupid decisions. You let go a handful of talents that you could have repackaged, repurposed, and you let them go. Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy. You give Strowman this monster push where Roman Reigns made him look like $1 million. You give Aleister Black this monster push in NXT, then you put him on the main roster, and you do nothing with him. Not one thing do you do with that man. You put him in WrestleMania, and he lose. How stupid is that? Then you put him again. Then you put him in the tag team match with Ricochet, and they lose again. Come on, really? You put him in the dark closet. You have him call out superstar after superstar. Nobody accepts a challenge but Cesaro. Then when he has a damn good match with Cesaro, you tell him, oh, well, you need to bring it down because you're out showing half the roster. So what? Then he goes to TLC and he has a hell of a match with Buddy Murphy, and you tell him, look, we're not going to tell you again, bring it down, because you're outshowing our top stars. Hey, geniuses that does the writing, geniuses that does the producing. If he was outshowing your top stars, then he should have been a top star. Don't you think that would have worked out for you? Making him a Intercontinental Champion, a U.S. Champion, a Universal Champion, a WWE Champion? No. You want to bring him on the roster and you want to make him the man in the closet calling out superstar the superstar. He beats Kevin Owens. He beats Seth Rollins. He knocks out Big E, which will be his last appearance. Then you never see him again because you released him. This is why the WWE sucks right now. Because of stupid decisions like this. You let go Braun Strowman, a guy who you brought in and you put with Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Bray Wyatt, and you put him in the Wyatt family. You have them rivalry with guys that's past their prime. You put them against guys like the Dudley Boys, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino. Then when you separate the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman damn near kills that idiot James Ellsworth on Monday Night Raw. Then you put him up against Roman Reigns. Roman beats him a couple times. He beats Roman a couple times. And those matches was good. Then at No Mercy a couple years ago, he goes one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. Oh, let's rewind this real quick. The SummerSlam, the night after SummerSlam, he goes out there and he completely dominates Brock Lesnar. And you think, oh, well, Braun Strowman's got a title reign about to happen. No, you don't. You let that jacked up Nimrod P-Brain Brock Lesnar beat him. You put him in a rivalry with Samoa Joe. He loses the rivalry with Samoa Joe, which he should have won by all means. You put him in a rivalry with Kevin Owens, which he won. You put him in a rivalry with Finn Balor, which he lost. Then you finally give him a push when you give him and Seth Rollins the Raw Tag Team Championships. His second reign, by the way. His first reign with a 10-year-old child. They lose the titles to Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, or Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, same doggone thing, whatever. Then you give him the Intercontinental Championship. He was there for about 2 months before you take that from him. You give it to Sami Zayn. Then, because Roman Reigns can't wrestle at WrestleMania, the time of the pandemic, you make him beat Goldberg. So let me get this straight. Braun Strowman can beat Goldberg, but he cannot beat Brock Lesnar. Strowman can beat Goldberg, but he can't beat Brock Lesnar. Goldberg has a 2-1 record against Brock Lesnar. He dominated Brock Lesnar in his return match at Survivor Series. He beat him in like 9 seconds. I wasn't happy about that. I'm not a real big Goldberg fan. I don't really care for the guy. But yet, Strowman is not worthy enough to be a WWE champion, a U.S. champion. You got guys who hold that title are not worthy enough to be champion. AJ Styles and Omos, the worst Raw Tag Team Champions in existence. The worst. Why? Because some moron felt the need to put AJ Styles and Roman Reigns together. Because some idiot felt the need to um put wrong. I'm sorry, not AJ Styles. Some idiot felt the need to put AJ Styles and Owens together. Some idiot felt like, oh well, it's gonna be a good combination. He's 7 foot tall. Yeah, he's 7 foot tall. So is Big Cash, and Big Cash sucked. Still does. These guys are leaving your company and making a name for themselves in different organizations where they should have made a name for themselves in WWE. Guys like Rusev, who's the current TNT champion on AEW, and yet he's only a four-time U.S. champion, but yet he wasn't big enough to be a world champion. No, because he didn't know how to speak English very well. All he wanted to do was have fun. The guy's dominating over in AEW. And then you got another guy who left your company because you wouldn't let him drop the Stardust impression. Cody Rhodes. I don't really care for Cody Rhodes, but when he was Cody Rhodes, he was good. When he was Stardust, he absolutely sucked. Let's make this crystal clear. The only guy that made that Dust name worth their while was Goldust. Goldust made it worth his while. Goldust did what he had to do with that name. He was androgynous. He all around. Goldust made you believe that character was gay when it wasn't. But you want to make his brother Stardust and all crazy and crap. Oh yeah, he's crazy, right? The only reason he had that gimmick work with Goldust because Goldust made it work for him. There's a lot of guys that gimmicks that don't fit them. Goldust's gimmick fits him. It's sad that WWE is allowing guys to hold on to gimmicks that kill their career. Then when they go elsewhere and become a bigger star, they sit back and like, we could have done that here. You coulda, but you didn't. The best thing NXT did was put Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish together and call them the Undisputed Era. That group ran its course. The only reason that worked because every member of that group are former Ring of Honor, not every member. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Bobby Fish are all former Ring of Honor TV champions. Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish are all former tag team champions. Bobby and Kyle 3 times together. Roderick Strong, I think he was 2 times with Austin Aries. Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole are all former Ring of Honor World Champions. This is why. This is exactly why the WWE sucks. Because they're making BS decisions. There is no room for error when you're competing with a guy who's on Turner Broadcasting. Come on, let's keep it real. WWE, it used to be WWF, but now WWE. Well, let's just call it WWC, World Wrestling Crap. No, let's call it WWEC, World Wrestling Entertainment Crap. You give a guy that don't deserve it the biggest title in your company. You give the guy on Monday Night Raw who can barely complete a headlock your biggest championship. But you got guys who've been there longer than him and deserve it more than he do the title. I was all fine and glad that Bobby Lashley won the title, but let's get it straight. His bald headed pea brain behind don't deserve that title. You got guys like Kofi Kingston, who've been on that roster, who came from ECW, who debuted in ECW as a Jamaican superstar, went on to the main roster, defeated Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental Championship, his first Intercontinental Championship, his first championship on the main roster. Well, on Monday Night Raw, winning the Intercontinental Championship. Then you put him with the New Day because you want to make a joke out of Kofi Kingston. You want to make a joke that Kofi Kingston wasn't able to become champion. Not one time before most recently did Kofi Kingston get a WWE Championship match. Why? Because Vince McMahon, Paul Levesque, and Stephanie McMahon felt that Kofi Kingston wasn't worthy enough. Let's make something crystal clear right now. Kofi Kingston made Evan Bourne look like $1 million in Airborne. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth as the tag team champions were good. And I mean real good. That's exactly what it is. Too black for WWE. Because you did the same thing with Ron Simmons. I am a big fan of The Undertaker. As a matter of fact, I'm rocking his shirt right now, Mark Calloway. But at King of the Ring, 98, Ron Simmons, a.k.a. Farouk, was supposed to win the WWF Championship. Didn't happen. Why? Because of the color of his skin. Let's be real with you. Just like now, Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston lost the WWE Championship to a pea-brain Nimrod by the name of Brock Lesnar and never received a rematch. At Money in the Bank 2021, in front of a jam-packed studio audience in Fort Worth, Texas, Kofi Kingston has an opportunity to become the WWE champion for only the second time. And I hope he wins. I hope he wins. But no, the WWE is not going to let that happen. You know why the WWE is not going to let that happen? Because Kofi Kingston is black. They only give guys who sell out the WWE Championship. Now, I'm not saying The Rock sold out. No, The Rock got what he got because of his family. The High Chief Peter Maivia, his father, Rocky Johnson. But he had to work for it. Bobby Lashley only got it because he's muscle bound, he's jacked up, and he's big. Vince McMahon liked big guys. I don't know why, but Vince McMahon liked jacked up, muscle bound guys. I don't understand why. I think it's an invitation or something. He must got a thing for jacked up guys. I don't know. If you ask me, it's very disturbing. It is. It's very disturbing. He probably was a part of that Pride Parade. Anyway, just saying. Then on Friday Night SmackDown, you got perhaps the best tag team in the world, Jimmy and Jay Uso, the Street Profits, and you're putting the Street Profits up against the Alpha Academy. Otis and Chad Gable. Now, don't get me wrong. I got nothing against Chad Gable, and I got nothing against Otis. But what does the Street Profits and Chad Gable or the Alpha Academy have in common? when the Street Profits could be in a rivalry with the Usos to make them that much better. But yet you want to put this you want to sit Jay at home and let Jimmy show why he's good. Well, here's a little forceps for you morons. They're Samoan. And not one Samoan in WWE has been bad. The Usos are perhaps the greatest tag team. Don't care what brand they on, Raw or SmackDown. But you know what? WWE wants to hold them back. Because they're black and they're Samoan. That's why. Let's just tell it like it is. You could be having the Street Profits and the Usos in the best of the 7 series for the number one contendership for the tag team championships. But you're not. Montez Ford is going to be out for a few months because he had surgery. Angelo Dawkins is going to go by himself. Jay is sitting at home not doing nothing. Jimmy is on SmackDown telling Roman Reigns he's nobody's bitch. Okay, I'm glad. But yet, what is he doing? Nothing. The biggest win Jimmy Uso got was last night when he defeated Dolph Ziggler. They're not doing anything with one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Why? Because they're scared they're going to get past half of these other tag teams. Newsflash, morons. They already did that. 6 times. The Usos have been 7 times the Usos have been tag team champions. The Street Profits, the second tag team to hold all 3 major tag team championships, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. Why not working together? Because WWE does not want it. Bruce Pritchard is out of date with wrestling. He's still on that hamster wheel from 1987. We're in 2020. When the Montez Ford come back, when you want to bring Jay back, put the Usos, put the Street Profits. There's your ratings right there. Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, the greatest of all time, hands down. Grand Slam winner 2 times over. Put them in a rivalry with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. Why Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode? Because the Alpha Academy don't have what it takes right now. You put them in a rivalry with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And I guarantee you, you're going to see your ratings. Because what they did at WrestleMania Backlash, that was a great match. But WWE don't seem to believe that. WWE wants to do something their way. They want to sit Dominic Mysterio at home with the championship and let Rey Mysterio go in singles action. Man, that's smart. That's smart. Leave one half of your tag team champions at home and leave the other half, we're going to bring him back when the time is right. The time is right. The time is now. The time is now. Roman cannot carry that show by himself. He have been, but he can't. Once Paul Heyman leaves Roman Reigns for that idiot Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns is going to turn babyface again. Mark my word. And he's going to be more dominant than ever as a babyface. You think he's dominant now, he's going to be more dominant as a babyface than he is as a heel. You're pushing for Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. For what? It's not going to last long. Brock going to come in there, bitch and moan, and want money to dominate Bobby Lashley and beat him in about 5 seconds. Come on, man. Do the right thing. Give the title to Kofi Kingston. Let Kofi Kingston rivalry with AJ Styles. Let him rivalry with Jeff Hardy. Let him rivalry with Elias. Let him rivalry with Jackson Riker. Push those guys. Not Bobby, not Drew, not Randy. Push the guys who don't get the push. Push guys like Matt Riddle, Ricochet, John Morrison. Push those guys. Those guys need to push, not The Miz, not Randy, not Bobby, not Drew. Let AJ Styles put Kofi Kingston over. Bring back Daniel Bryan so Daniel Bryan can work with Jeff Hardy. I would love to see that matchup, but you're not doing that. You let Daniel Bryan sit home until his contract expires in September, and you're not doing nothing with Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan doesn't want to work Raw. No, that's not what he said. He said he prefers to be on SmackDown, but he would love to work with guys on Raw. He would love to work with guys like Jeff Hardy, but you don't want to do that. NXT is a development program. Start calling superstars up. Call up Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. Call them guys up to the main roster. Put them on Raw and push them. Don't just put them on there and don't do nothing with them like you're doing with Keith Lee right now. Yeah, he's out with a legitimate injury, but when he come back, is he going to get the push he deserves? No, he's not. You got guys in NXT who needs a call-up. Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa. Put them guys on SmackDown. Let them work with guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Tommaso Ciampa and Sami Zayn work together in Ring of Honor, but put them on Raw and watch how great that match be. You're not doing nothing with your top superstars, with your undercard superstars. You're forcing Jeff Hardy to work with Cedric Alexander. I have nothing against Cedric Alexander at all, but he's beneath Jeff Hardy. You got 5 superstars on 205 Live. You've released half of the superstars yesterday. This is why AEW is blowing you out the water with ticket sales, and merchandise. This is why your only top show is NXT. Well, your only 2 top shows are NXT and Friday Night SmackDown. Because Monday Night Raw sucks. This is why the WWE is not where it used to be. This is exactly why the WWE is falling off because of stupid decisions that they're making. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Master of the Mat. I was supposed to talk about Ric Flair today, but I got off and I started with this. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to my channel. I will be doing this every Saturday. But all I'm saying is this. Bring back the WWE that we all used to love and watch. Bring back the WWE that we all used to enjoy. I can remember Saturday mornings waking up and watching Superstars at 12 o'clock, from 12 to 1. Then at 1 o'clock, we watched Wrestling Challenge. Saturday was wrestling day because it was something to do. Then on Sundays, we had the pay-per-view. If we missed it, we heard what happened the night on Monday Night Raw or Primetime Wrestling. This professional wrestling we grew up on, WCW, NWA, at the time was the same thing. It was WWF or WCW. Now you got WWE and you got AEW. Why? Impact Wrestling. If y'all heard that, that's my cat in the background whining. He don't like to be alone. 1 second. Dexter, come downstairs. Sorry about that. This has been the Master of the Match. My name is Anthony the Origin Bryant. This is my show. I will be doing this every Saturday. I was supposed to come on at 2:30, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I took a nap. I've been working this. I'm back to work now, and I've been working like a madman. So not madman, but I've been working. So I hope you enjoy this. Subscribe, share, tell your friends. Come on and watch every Saturday. I will be doing this every Saturday. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out.